Good day everyone, my name is Anita and welcome back to my channel. Now in today's episode, I'll be giving you guys the tips and also what documents do you need when you want to travel. For this episode is specifically for Thailand. Well, now since the travel restriction has been lifted, the documents needed could be a little bit different before, like during the pandemic time, and now which is after pandemic. So shall we begin? For your kind information, this video is targeted specifically for Malaysian because I'm a Malaysian, so my requirement is different from each other countries. But if you are from different countries and if you are watching this video, kindly please check with your Thai embassy in your country. You can check it online because each country have their own requirements. Okay, let's begin. Now before you wish to travel, pick a specific date. When it comes to Thailand, right now, the most happening time in Thailand is usually from October to March because it's like the holiday season, it's the sunny season in Thailand, and then it starts to slow down a bit because the rain season starts to come in. During September, it's like the most the highest rain season here, so please plan your trip wisely. Always check the weather forecast. Now before COVID, the first step that I need to do is my travel pass, which means that in regards which date that I wish to pick, I need to do it at least 1 week in advance. So you need to do it like exactly 1 week before your specific travel date. You need to do my travel pass. This is where you need to do it in Malaysia. You need to get an approval to get out of Malaysia to go to Thailand. Now the good news is now we don't need any my travel pass anymore. You need a Thailand pass. Now the same thing as my travel pass, you need to go to a page which I will give the description in the link below, which is the Thai Pass link, where you need to apply as well 7 days in advance. But you don't have to do it in 7 days, you can do it within like 3 days before, but just to be safe, please do it 3 days before. Don't do it too last minute because sometimes you never know, the tourists are it's getting busier in Phuket sometimes, so you don't want them to delay on your process because you really need your Thai pass to enter Thailand. Now these are the most important things when it comes to entering to Thailand. Second most important thing that you need is travel insurance. Now your travel insurance need to cover you up for a specific details. This is the detail of how much you need to cover for yourself. Now what I will do is I will go to AXA insurance. It's the fastest and it's the easiest. Now depends on how many days. For Malaysian, we don't have to do any visa, no e-visa, just you can go there and you can get a visa on arrival for 30 days, so you don't have to stress about visa. Now before pandemic, I have to go to the Thai embassy to get a special tourist visa, which has its own requirements saying that you need to have at least 500,000 Thai baht in your account to show that you can travel. You need to show your vaccination, you need to show if you own a property there or like what's your purpose on that, and then only they will give that visa. It's a hassle pre-COVID. Now, right now, we don't have to do any of that. They don't care how much money you have. As long as you have your visa and you have your vaccination, you're good to go. This is the most crucial part. Okay, so the Thailand pass is one, right? So the travel insurance, easy. Now you need to purchase a prepaid PCR test and also a Shah Extra Plus hotel. Now what does this have to do? Now when you land to Thailand, you will need to show them that you have purchased the PCR that you need to do in the airport, because they'll do a swab test and they'll send you to basically a quarantine hotel to make sure that you're okay. And then if you're negative, they'll send the result to you. You're basically fit to go. So this is what they call the test and go program. So for fully vaccinated people, you must go this test and go program. Now if you wish to get out on the same day, I would suggest you to take an early flight before 12 noon or maybe 1 o'clock, it should be fine. But when you reach before at that time, you will get your result on the same day. If you, let's say you arrive at 3 p.m. or like 6 p.m, you will only get your result the next day. And just to let you know, before you get your result back, you cannot leave your room. So you're basically in quarantine because they just want to make sure that you're negative, so then only you can leave. So this is why they call it the test and go program. Now when it comes to the hotel, it's called Shah Extra Plus. That's like Shah Plus, that's just like Shah and Shah Extra Plus. Shah Extra Plus is basically where all the staff are fully vaccinated, and that hotel is specifically for the sandbox program and the test and go program. So if let's say you didn't book a hotel without the Shah Extra Plus, they will not accept it. So please be careful. Now for the PCR test, I pay about 1,500 baht, which equivalent to like 170 ringgit, 180 ringgit in total. So that's how much you have to pay for the prepaid PCR test. And then for the hotel, if you're just basically gonna stay in a hotel and you leave, unless if you're deciding to stay in a nice hotel, where if you finish your quarantine you still staying in the same hotel, then you can pick a nice hotel. There's a lot of 5-star hotel, 4-5-star hotel, decent hotel that has the Share Extra Plus. Now I have a place here in Kamala in Phuket, so like I don't need to stay in a hotel, so I can get like the shittiest hotel. But trust me, the shitty hotel here is not shitty at all. It's so decent, it's nice. I stayed in the Coconut Village Resort, if I'm not mistaken. It was pretty okay, like it's decent. There's even a 5-star hotel that even costs only like $30, which is still okay. Like there's even cheaper hotels like 60-70 ringgit, but of course it's not up to expectation. But if you just want to just sit there to leave, if it's in your budget, it should be okay. Like it's still acceptable. But of course it depends on your comfort level, what kind of hotels that you wish to stay. The moment you know when is the day that you wish to travel, you can proceed to buy your tickets. You don't need a VTL and all that stuff. Any ticket to go to Phuket is good, as long as you have the right documentation, you're good to go. A lot of people ask me in my DM like, what is the budget to travel to Thailand, like basically Phuket. Phuket is where I'm living right now, and from the price range, I know because last time before pre-pandemic, it used to be between 150 ringgit to 300 ringgit. But right now, like after this, like the travel restriction has been lifted up, the price just hiked up so much. So the amount that I noticed right now is between the most cheapest is around 250 to 300. It can goes up to like 600 ringgit per trip, which means like one way. Now, so if it's two way, I'm just saying like the basic is 250, so it's like 500 ringgit to like in and out. But if it's like one way, it's only just like 250 to 500 range. So choose your date wisely. So, okay, I'm asking mating, just giving a sample. Now, if my flight ticket is 300 ringgit, now my PCR is 170, so that's like 470 ringgit. And then for my insurance that I said is 230 ringgit. And then what else? Yeah, the hotel. So if you ask me the budget cost, if let's say you are a backpacker and you wish to travel for a week, like about 4,000-5,000 ringgit is pretty good enough. Because I know it sounds crazy, but in Thailand the food is really cheap. 50 baht for a really big meal that sometimes I can't finish my own meal. It's so big. The food here, you don't have to worry. When it comes to the Muslims, you can go to Bang Tao or Kamala, where it's surrounded by Muslims there, the Thai Muslims, so all the foods are halal. So if you guys worried about the food, this is the best place to go, Bang Tao or Kamala. If you guys are traveling to Phuket for the first time, Patong is where the party places, where you see a lot of people partying around and having fun. But if you're the type that wanted to stay a little bit in a quiet place and then you want to go to Patong, you can just go and stay in either Kamala, Suri, Chung Talay. All these places are really good. Okay, what if you just recovered from COVID recently? Now, if you think about it, you need to buy PCR test. And when you have COVID and if you have recovered, the virus will stay in your body for like 60 to 80 days, which means in regards of any PCR test you have done, it will still be positive, but you have recovered. Basically, when you are infected, 10 days after that, you are basically not infectious, like you don't give people, but you still have the virus, which is why you feel tired, fatigue and stuff. Now, what happens when you have COVID and you have recovered but you need to travel because you need to do the PCR test? Sounds funny to tell you, maybe it's a flaw of the system. You still need to purchase the pre-PCR test because that's the only way to get the Thailand Pass approved. Because if you don't purchase your PCR test, you will never get an approval from the Thailand Pass. Now, the thing is, you will need to have a documentation from the doctor saying that you have done your quarantine and you have recovered and you are fit to fly, travel. Update it on the Thai Pass website and you're good to go. But when you arrive to the airport, you will still need to do a PCR test. Please inform to every single one of them that you got COVID and you have recovered. Print a copy of your letter of recovery from your doctor and give to them. So maybe you can negotiate to the hotel saying that you have recovered from COVID. So in regards of the test, when they receive it's positive, they don't panic like, oh my god, you got COVID. Now, final thing, what will happen if you travel, you're negative basically traveling from your country, but when you land to Thailand or Phuket, you're positive. This is a point of view which I'm thinking that is scary when it comes to traveling to Thailand. Your insurance only cover you when your COVID is like really bad, like your symptoms, like you're literally dying, then only they like cover you up. But if you are asymptomatic, they will not cover you. Now the hospital will ask you to quarantine in a hotel, and these hotels, they can charge you up to like easily 70,000 Thai baht, including the medicals and all that, up to like 100,000 Thai baht. That's equivalent to like 10,000 to 11,000 ringgit. So if you're unlucky, yeah, so just prepare those cash in advance. Now, because those happened to my friend, it's just ridiculous. So just be careful on that. So please make sure that you're clearly like negative, like you're basically good to go. Now the last one is flying back from Phuket, Thailand, or to Malaysia or to your country, but this is specifically for Malaysian again. If you're coming back to Malaysia, if you recovered from COVID, you need an antigen test only, and also your MySejahtera, you need to update the like a traveler card in your MySejahtera. All you have to do is just fill up a form and send your antigen test before traveling, so it will be updated in your MySejahtera. And once you show you got your antigen test and your MySejahtera has this green tick saying that you are free to go, they will release you. If you do not have that, they will never release you. That's the scary part. Now, if you don't have COVID, you need a PCR test. Now, when you do a PCR test, the same thing in MySejahtera, you need to update your travel card. So if your travel card saying that it's being submitted and you're good to go, then only they release you. So yeah, I hope this video is helpful for you guys. I heard the news that in May, possibly, if the rates of COVID is less, they might remove this test and go program, which means you just need your PCR and you're good to go. I hope the news is true. I'll keep you guys updated if it's happening. But in regards of what's happening right now, this is what you need when you travel to Thailand. So I hope this video is helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned with me for more videos, updates from our channel. If you guys like this video, please do hit the like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much again for watching. My name is Anita, signing out. Bye bye.